Yo boys, it's Dan. Welcome to the last 16 of the Euro 2024. We have 16 teams in the last round of 16. Boys, if you want a discount on your energy, go and get my discount in the description. New Dan10 at checkout. Peace. Determine who will be going through to the quarterfinals of the Euros. And we have not one, we have two guests this week. One of them is Jack.
Yes guys, so a big thanks to Dan for getting me back on his channel for the predictions. So obviously it's Euro 2024. I'm going to be giving my predictions to the round of 16 games. Let's jump into it.
AKA 50 King is back. And the second guest is Josh. Spurs 1, 2, 3.
Hello, Daniel's channel. It is a pleasure to be back. I did the Premier League predictions 2 or 3 times. Didn't win it this year, but I did win it 2 years in a row before, so I'll take that. And now I'm back here again on the Euro 2024 predictions, and it's the round of 16. So I'm very happy to be predicting the round of 16 because it's a lot of games to predict. It's the first knockout, stage of the tournament. So yeah, I'm just really excited. Obviously, even though England have done well and we're through to the knockout round and and we top the group, that's all good. But we're not playing very well. But we'll talk about England later anyway. But yeah, I'm just really excited to do the predictions for the Euros. Let's get into them.
And we're starting off with a game from Switzerland versus Italy. Now, Switzerland came second behind Germany in Group A, and Italy came second as well in the Spain group, which would have been Group number 8, which would have been Group B. So yeah, these are the only 2 second place teams actually playing one another. It's weird how it works, but I'm gonna go Swiss, and the winners of this play potentially England in quarterfinals. Holy moly! And I'm going to say that Italy to pinch it 2-1. Now, the boys, what are you saying in this game?
Switzerland, Italy in this one, and I think Italy, yet again, a lot of people will put them up there as one of the favourites. Not for me. I think Spain are ahead of them, Germany are ahead of them, Portugal are ahead of them, England are ahead of them, probably even with how England are playing right now. And England could, depending on this is the other side of the draw now, so England could meet the winner of Switzerland and Italy if they win, obviously against Slovakia. But yeah, for this one, I'm gonna go on Italy win. Switzerland aren't an easy team to beat though. We've seen that in the group stage as well, obviously drawn with Germany. But I'm gonna go with an Italy win, and I'm gonna say Italy 2, Switzerland 1.
Now, the first game is Switzerland against Italy. Now, I know Italy are the holders of this tournament. They won the Euro 2020, breaking England's hearts. So yeah, Italy are a solid team and they've won several things before. They're a solid nation. But in recent years, since they won the Euros, they've been poor, Italy. They've been poor. And in this tournament, they only scraped through in second place. They almost came third. I mean, they could have got out of the tournament, but they got a late equaliser. They snatched second place, but only 4 points. So they're not at their best, Italy. And Switzerland almost came above Germany. They almost got first. Switzerland are looking really good. Their football is exciting. Shaqiri scoring bangers as always. Italy don't look good, and honestly, England could play the winner of these teams. I honestly think Switzerland could do an upset here. Seriously, I'm going to go in 90 minutes, Switzerland 2, Italy 1.
And we move to the hosts, Germany versus Denmark. And this is what I was saying about avoiding Denmark, because if we would have won, if we would have been in if we would have had Germany, we would have had lots of Germany, Portugal, Spain, France, and Belgium all on the same side of the draw. But so pretty much you've got Spain, Germany, Portugal, France, Belgium all on the same side of the draw. Mental. And I'm going to go in this game. Denmark, you should expect to Germany, you expect to walk this 3-0 to the Germans. And oh boys, what are we saying in this game?
Germany against Denmark. Obviously, Germany, the hosts, and they've been pretty good. Got a late equaliser against Switzerland, and then they won the other two games. So they've been really good. Germany, one of the best teams in the tournament so far, and yeah, they've been scoring goals as well. 5-1 against Scotland. They look good, Germany. Like Havertz, Wirtz, Füllkrug, you know, they look good. Obviously, Musiala as well. They're a solid team, Germany. They've had a few bad tournaments in a row, but this tournament they're looking good. They could go far. And Denmark, they obviously nearly beat England. You know, they reached the semi-finals last Euros. They've always been a solid nation, and they actually won it many years ago, the Euros. But they're not as good this tournament. A lot of players are ageing. They only just scraped through with a few draws into the knockout round. They don't look too pretty, to be honest. I think Germany will win this quite comfortably, 2-0.
Germany, Denmark then, last game. The hosts obviously playing against a Danish team, which does have a bit of quality in the Danish team, but I'm going to say a Germany win. Yeah, I'm going to say 3-1 to Germany in this one.
Now we go to England versus Slovakia. At 5 p.m. on Sunday. Now, no live reaction for this game because I am working till 6. So, you're missing one game at live action, which is, to be fair for me, is quite decent. For Euros, this is Euro. For all our games, we can film though. And England have to play better. We have got the preferable side draw to everybody else. I'm going to go England 2, Germany. No, England 0, England 2, Slovakia 0. And the boys, as fellow England supporters, what are we saying in this game?
The next one, England against Slovakia. England have been so bad in this tournament so far. Obviously, lucky to top the group after 3 games with 5 points. But people do say, and it's a true saying, right, that you can get teams get stronger as they go along, and you'd rather not play well in the group stage and then play well throughout the rest of the tournament, right? However, the thing with Southgate is, the way I see it is, why would he change if he's not going to change against Slovenia in the last game in the group stage there? And employ a bit more of an attacking emphasis on his style of play. Why would he do that in this stage of the tournament when the games are going to get harder? I mean, not that Slovakia is going to be necessarily harder than Slovenia, but as you progress, if they make it through this one, and I think they will, I'm going to go with a 2-1 England win in this one. Another cagey game, but I think they'll get over the line. But why would he employ different tactics towards the the latter stage of this tournament when the teams and the opposition is going to get harder if he hasn't done it in the group stage? So yeah, but I think England will win this one, and I'm going to go with 2-1 England win.
England against Slovakia. I might need time on this video to talk about England, but let's talk about Slovakia quickly. They were in the group where everyone in that group got 4 points. So that's good enough for them, I guess. They did well. They've got obviously 1 win, 1 loss, 1 draw. Mediocre. They beat Belgium 1-0, so good win for them. We drew against them, England and Slovakia. We drew against them 0-0 in the 2016 tournament. So they're not easy. They're a solid team. So we can't take them lightly. But then, yeah, obviously there's England. I don't know what it is. We've defended well. And we've got, top of the group with 5 points, and we're on the good side of the draw in the Euros. So yeah, so far so good. But Southgate is playing so defensive. He's getting the lineup wrong, and he's just washed, really, isn't he? He's just not good anymore with England. This is his last tournament, and they're probably not going to win it. And the players aren't playing well either. It's just dead. It's just really not working. It's not going to come home. We're not going to win it. But look, let's not moan yet. Let's see what happens when we get knocked out. But at the moment, we're still in the tournament. We could probably beat Slovakia. let's not moan until we're actually out of the tournament. So we've not scored any goals. We've literally scored 2 goals. We've drawn 2, 1-1. It's not good enough, really. So I don't think we're going to score many, but I reckon we'll get a couple. We won't concede. I think 2-0 England against Slovakia.
Now we move to Spain versus tournament surprises and debutant Georgia. Now, Georgia came second, came third, behind Portugal in Group F. They beat Portugal 2-0. Thanks to goals from Kasvaskelich and Masadi. I don't know. Honestly, I'm sorry if I'm butchering his names. I don't know how you say any of these players' names, but yeah, that is what I'm gonna go. You have to go Georgia. You have to go Spain. Spain 3, Georgia 1. Spain could be the dark horses in this competition, and if they win this, they'll play the winners of Denmark v Germany.
Spain against Georgia. Fair play to Georgia. It was a shock them getting to the tournament, but for them to get to the knockout round is insane. I think they got 1 win, 1 draw, and 1 loss. They got 4 points. That's solid. They've qualified to the knockouts better than other teams have in this tournament. Yeah, fair enough. They've done more. They'll clearly concede goals, but they're scoring goals as well. Fair play to them. But I don't think they're going to go any further than this, because Spain have the most points so far this tournament. The only team to get 3 out of 3 wins, 9 points. They look good, Spain. They could go semi-finals at least, in my opinion. They look good, Spain. Some of their good, like Yamal, 16-year-old, Nico Williams. You know, they've got great talent. They're going to win this quite comfortably, but I'm going to say 3-1 Spain. I reckon they'll get a memorable consolation goal, Georgia, at the end, but I think 3-1 Spain.
Spain, Georgia then, boys, short and sweet with this one. Georgia aren't a bad footballing team, actually. They've got, obviously Kvaratskhelia is the standout, but they've got a few other decent players there. But I'm going to say a Spain win, and I'm going to go with Spain 2, Georgia 0 in this one.
And then we go to the game of France versus Belgium. And France, as we know, are on the side. This will play the winners of Portugal or Slovenia, who haven't played yet, but they will be playing. And I'm going to say France, as we know, are very good. Belgium is also very good. Belgium came second in Group E behind Romania. Romania beat them in that group. That's why they won this side. That's why they won on the tougher side of the draw. And France, as we know, are good. I'm going to go with now a 1-0 win to the French. And the boys, what we saying in this game. Now we move.
Belgium then. It's, you know what? Belgium are one of those teams where I feel like they've first game was disappointing. Third game was disappointing, but the middle one was actually quite good. I thought they played well in the first one, or in the second one, and I thought the opener against Romania, I think it was, when they lost 1-0, I mean, they just missed a lot of chances. They just weren't clinical. The second game, they actually played decent, in my opinion, and then the third game were disappointing again. So I think France are one of my favourites and a lot of people's favourites to win the whole thing. It's hard to look past France in international football, but I think France will win this. I think they're going to comfortably. I'm going to go with a 2-0 France win on this one, man.
France against Belgium. Now, this is probably the most exciting fixture in terms of both teams' history and the two massive names facing each other in the round of 16. It's a big fixture to look at, but I actually think this is going to be the worst game to watch. They're both poor right now. France have barely scored any goals. They only got second in the end with 5 points. They don't look as good as they have been before. France, they've won the Nations League, they've won they won the World Cup in 2018, and they've won things beforehand as well. They're a great, probably the best nation in the world, joint with Argentina, but they don't look good in this competition, do they? And Belgium, my word, they're just awful. Every tournament, I don't know how they're still ranked third. They're a solid nation, but they've not ever won anything really. They're not good enough, Belgium. Seriously. They only got 4 points. They only scraped it through in second place, I think, in the end. They're not going to win this tournament. I think it will be a win for France, but very boring, very narrow. I think it will just be a 1-0 win for France, but it will be in 90 minutes.
The game I've just mentioned, Portugal versus Slovenia. Now, Slovenia came third in England's group, played a 0-0 draw against England in the last group game of the group stages. And Portugal, as we know, just did come off with a defeat, but I think Portugal will now excel. I'm going to go with Portugal to win this game by 3-1 in this game. And the boys, what we're saying, Jack, Ronaldo in this, saying for another boy, and now you.
Portugal against Slovenia. Now, Slovenia have been underwhelming because they only drew 3 games to get through on third place, so they've got like the lowest points you can get to qualify for the knockouts. They've not looked good, Slovenia, but look, they drew against England and they played all right. And look, they're in the knockouts for a reason, so they could do quite well. But then obviously they're playing Portugal. I know Portugal lost 2-0 to Georgia, but Georgia needed to win, and Portugal were already through anyway. Portugal did win their other 2 games quite well. They also look good, Portugal. They could go far in this competition, you know. Ronaldo and all that. Last tournament probably for Portugal, so I reckon they'll do all right in this tournament. They'll definitely win this game, and I'm going for a lot of 2-0s. I think it's like a safe score. I think they'll keep a clean sheet. I think they'll win by a couple of goals, but they won't smash them. I think Portugal will win 2-0.
Portugal, Slovenia, well, yet again, Portugal are one of my favourites to go all the way, man. I mean, they've been a little bit hit or miss in the group stage. I mean, they've got the points needed to qualify and get through, but they've not been, and even the Turkey game where they won 3-0, they haven't been convincing, I don't think. Their football's not the easiest on the eye, but I'm going to go out Portugal winning this one against Slovenia, and I'm going to say Portugal 3, Slovenia 1.
So for the last 2 games of the round of 16 in Romania versus the Netherlands. Netherlands came second in their group. They lost 3-2 to Austria. No, they came third. They came third in this group. They came third in Group D, behind France and Austria, who actually won the group. Austria won the group. France was second. France and Belgium both could have been on England's side of the draw, but they're not because they ruined their last games up. And Romania and Turkey have been the dark horses in this video, in this tournament so far. And I'm going to say it's going to be Romania 0, Netherlands 2, and the boys, what we're saying in this game.
Romania, Netherlands there, boys. We're going to go with a Netherlands winning this one. Yeah, I mean, Romania started off their Euro campaign with a 3-0 win, didn't they? They surprised a lot of people, man. But, yeah, I'm going to say, Netherlands win this one. I'm going to go with a 3-0 Netherlands win. Big scoring one there. But, actually, I'll go 3-1. The amount of goals we've had in this tournament, I feel like each team has a likelihood to score. So, yeah, we'll go 3-1 Netherlands in that one.
Romania against the Netherlands. For me, this is going to be game of the round of 16 because obviously Romania were in that group with Belgium, where they only got 4 points, but they won, they drew, and they lost. But they look alright, Romania. I actually thought before the tournament they'll be a bit of a dark horse. I think they've got a few good players. They play well together, good chemistry. They're good, Romania, and they've never done well in tournaments often, have they? So this is quite good for Romania. They play Netherlands, who have won lots of stuff before. They have not been good in recent tournaments, Netherlands, but we know what they can do. Van Dijk, Ake, Gakpo, Depay, they've got some great players. Simmons, that youngster. Yeah, they're really good, Netherlands. But I'm going to go with an interesting one. This is going to be my first game going to extra time. I think it's going to be a thrilling game, a 2-2 draw, because they're both quite even, I think, at the moment. I think 2-2 draw, and I think Romania nick it. Either going to do it on penalties or in extra time. I'm going to say they'll score a third in extra time. So I'm going to go 3-2 Romania in extra time. 2-2, 90 minutes, but a third goal for Romania to win it 3-2 with extra time. That's what I'm going to do.
And we go to the last game of the round of 16 is Austria versus Turkey. Now, Turkey have been playing some good stuff. They came second in their group. Yeah, they came second in the Portugal-Czechia group and Georgian group, and they've been an Austrian team who, as we know, are very good. Austria. And I'm going to say Austria to win this 1-0. And my boys, what are we saying in this game?
Austria against Turkey. Now, Austria look amazing. Dark horses for the tournament. They finished first above France and Netherlands. They're good. They finished on 6 points, and even the game they lost, they played well. Austria look good. Turkey, what did they do? They got second place. I think they won a game, but also lost and drew. I think they got around 4 points. Can't remember, but they did enough to comfortably go through in second place to get to the knockout rounds. Turkey are good. They're not bad. I just think these are two very close level teams. I think it's a close one, this one. I think it won't be the most exciting game, but I think this is my second game going to extra time, and I'm going to say penalties as well. I'm going to go Austria 1, Turkey 1 in 90 minutes, 0-0 in extra time, and I'm going to go Austria to win something like 4-2 on penalties. That's what I'm going to do for this one. So those are my predictions, guys. I've done most of them quite realistic, but I've gone for a few wacky ones like the extra time and penalties for 2 games, and also the 2-1 Switzerland against Italy. So I've done a few crazy ones, but most of them are quite sensible. It's not been the most exciting Euros we've ever had, but I've still enjoyed every minute of it. It's been exciting, and I don't think England are going to go too far, but you never know. Let's just see what happens. Apart from that, those are my predictions. Let me know what you think. Thank you for Daniel having me on here again. Subscribe to him, subscribe to my channel as well if you get the chance, Josh Spurs 123. And thank you for having me, guys, and come on England, and see you soon.
Austria, Turkey then. Austria are my dark horses for this tournament. Now, whilst we're only 3 games into the tournament, I've seen a lot from this Austria team, man. They make me believe that, they've no standout player, they've no world-class player, but they've got a unity of, their manager and the system and the tactics they play, and, the fact that each player plays for each other, and that there's kind of a team unity there. I think Austria can get far in this, and I think they will beat Turkey. Turkey's a team that a lot of people have kind of thought they were outside, an outside chance of going far as well, but I think in this one Austria are going to win, and I'm going to go 2-1 Austria in this one. Big thanks to Dan for getting me back on the channel. It's been a while since I've done predictions. Obviously, I've done some at the latter stage of the Premier League season, but it's good now that we're into the Euros, of course, as well. But a summer of football, and a big thanks to Dan for getting me on the channel again. Obviously, make sure you subscribe to Dan if you haven't already. Get subscribed to him, and big thanks, Dan, for getting me back on, mate. I appreciate the opportunity, and I'll see you boys in a bit, man. Keep enjoying the Euros football, and let's hope the goals continue as well, man. And we're seeing a lot of goals in a lot of these games. Let's hope that continues, man. The high-scoring games. That's what we want to say. Appreciate you, Dan. Appreciate the viewers, as always. And, I'll see you boys in a bit, man.
Now, you're probably thinking, Dan, what is that hat up there doing? That hat is signed by Sebastian Schweinsteiger. I didn't get it. I bought it from Oxfam today, boys. So, that's down a little further. Whatever's been moved over there now. So, let's end this, and I'll see you lot in the quarterfinals for the Euros. Now, which team will go? Will England progress? Who? Can Georgia or Turkey continue their fantastic run? And Romania as well. Can all those 3 teams continue their fantastic ones in Euro 2024? Find all that out and a lot more in the quarterfinals. Goodbye.